Hi, today I want to talk to you about password management. This is something I've touched on in the past, and in particular I've mentioned the software we use, which is called RoboForm. But whether you use RoboForm or LastPass, or one of the others, I think it's fair to say that if you're not currently using a password software manager, then you're totally out of excuses. The reason I say this is there's been some very significant data breaches in the last 2 years in particular. For instance, if we have a look at the list of data breaches on the following slide here, you'll see more recent ones like the Marriott, Equifax, eBay, and the biggest one of all time was Yahoo at 3 billion individual passwords and or data that was stolen from Yahoo. Now, the problem this creates is that, and what a lot of these websites subsequently inform you when they notify you of the data breach, is that your login details, which is typically your email address and your password, potentially has been breached. Accordingly, not only are you recommended to change your password on their website, but if you've used that password for other websites, then you also need to go change it there. And that is the critical data security issue for you. If you use the same password on more than one website, it's just a matter of time before you get breached. The second issue is how solid is your password. If your password contains a word in it, then that is not a secure password. Okay, there's lots of algorithms that can break passwords and test websites and do all these sorts of things. But the problem you've now got in this day and age is that you need to have a different, preferably 20 character random generated password for each and every website. So if that's the need and that's what you need to have, then how can a human possibly remember all those passwords? Well, the fact is they can't, and that's why you need a password manager. Now, I know the objection that typically comes with password managers, well, what about if they get hacked? Well, that's true, but there's a couple of things to keep in mind here. Firstly, the data encryption that they use is military grade data encryption. Secondly, they tend to salt or hash your passwords up, so it's not even if someone gets in their system can they actually get your actual password. So it's like encryption on encryption on encryption. Thirdly, you can also set up with each of these password managers second factor authentication, and here's a good example. This is RoboForm, but again you can use LastPass or whatever you choose to do. But when you enable two-factor authentication, it means that you can specify which computers and devices can access your RoboForm account. So it means that even if someone had your master password to use RoboForm or LastPass, they've also got to have your own device. And typically I also back that up with using fingerprint ID, for instance, on an iPhone or an Android or something like that. So look, this is much more secure, but again, let's not focus on that because that's as secure as you can get. The issue is still, are you using the same password for multiple websites? And is your password is it pretty basic? Does it contain a word in it, or is it only 8 characters in length? You really need to be dealing with 20 character passwords or more. So let me show you how these 20 character passwords work and why this is so powerful. If I go to Airbnb here, and I'm just going to log in here. Now, again, if I had a 20 character password, which I do have, well, there's no way I can remember that. So I just go up here to my browser and you can see RoboForms there. I click that button and what happens is it actually recognizes the website I'm on and pulls in the passcard. Now I just click that and what it does is goes and fills in and actually logs me into that web page. So I am now logged in and I haven't had to do anything. And that's simply because prior to starting this video, I entered my master password. Now, if I want to change a password, what I need to do is quite a simple step. And so what I'll do here, I'll go through to change my password on Airbnb. So here is the area on Airbnb to change my password. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy and paste in my old password, which I got out of RoboForm. Alternatively, I could have filled it in using the browser extension up here. Now it comes to the bit and you go new password. Now this is the powerful bit. Okay, so I go to RoboForm, I click the button. Down the bottom here, it's got this generate, so generate password. So what it does here is it's generated a password. I can, if I don't like that one, I can hit new, right? Now what you can also do here, you can see I've got it set to 20 characters. It doesn't have to be 20, but the recommendation is that you use at least 20. Okay, so if you're going to use this and randomly generate, you may as well create the most powerful passwords possible. Now the other thing you can do is you can just have it with numbers and letters, or you can have it with special characters, which make it even stronger. So I'm going to use that. Okay, and then all I have to do here is actually go copy, right, to copy that password above, or I can hit fill. In this instance, I'm just going to hit copy to show you the easiest way to do it. The most simple way, you just hit Control V to paste it in, and I hit update password. So what you'll notice here is firstly, Airbnb will come up and say that they have actually changed my password. You can see it was successful. But what also happens over here is RoboForm comes up and says that, do you want to save your password? Your new password will replace the old password in the existing login Airbnb. Other fields will not change. I go, yes, I do want to save that. So that is now saved. Your login has now been saved. And that's as simple as it is. So I just wanted to show you the freedom that comes with a good password manager. Here is just all my personal websites that I log into. These are not ones that I use for work. These are just my personal ones. I have a whole raft of these. So this frees you up to not have to worry about do I subscribe for this new website? It's another password. What am I going to do? You basically have freedom now to create very strong passwords, very strong security for yourself going forward. What a lot of these other password managers do too is you can go into the security center, and what it'll do, it will actually go through and show you websites where you've used the same password or login details. And you can see here it's coming up with 44. So even I'm not perfect. I've got a lot more to do, and there's a few that I need to change the passwords. Some of them are duplicates, as you can see here. But this is so powerful, okay? And what it helps you do is improve your passwords over time. Now, the good thing about these password managers too is they're cheap. So as you can see here from RoboForm, they're very cheap. There's actually a free version, and the same goes, most of them have a free version or a very low cost version. This is the one I use, well, I was using personally. Now they have family ones, so if you've got other family members that you share logins for, whether it's for your children or for your spouse, that's a very good option. I also have the business version, which is good for managing across enterprise grade software and across multiple staff members. So really, in summary, I'd have to say you've run out of excuses now if you're not using password software managers. Again, whether you use LastPass, RoboForm, or one of the others, it doesn't really matter as long as you just use one. This is really important to your financial security, your digital security, your identification, your life. It also, again, frees you up to use the internet to its full power by being able to subscribe to many websites using very, very secure passwords and very secure encrypting. So look, I hope you found that useful. As ever, if you've got any questions, please let me know, and bye for now. Bye.